Howdy folks, here we have the Rambler RS, which is a variant of the Dart XL style of swept forward wing. It's probably the most controversial wing on the internet, but we're just going to ignore all of that silliness and take it for a fly, see how it goes. It's a pretty good kit, very easy to put together, and there's some nice touches, I have to say. Don't know about this grill and the double-sided tape at the front, that keeps wanting to pop out, and the nose is very weak, but it's got some really nice touches. I think they provide these little drinking straw sort of things for the aerials. We have these little winglets everywhere. It has a very small vertical fin compared to the Dart XL. This is the enhanced version of the Dart XL. The vertical fin area is about a third of that, but it does have these little finlets here, which I'm guessing increase the effectiveness of the vertical fin, maybe, who knows, only the designer would know that. Anyway, let's fly it. I only have one 3300 4S in there, so it's probably at minimum weight. There it is there. Centre of gravity is right on the marks. Alright, so let's lob it and see what happens. Easy launch at that weight. This is pretty well minimum weight though. Easy to fly. I'm on about the third throttle now and it's cruising around nicely, wandering around a little bit there. Just looking at the size of that fin, my initial impression would be it wouldn't be enough, but it may well be. Pretty advanced design goes into these things, and we're not privy to that. I'll do some onboard footage so we can see how smooth it is, but that's flying very nicely at the moment. Very easy to fly. It's cruising around nicely. Wandering around there. It wanders around when I go downwind, which is absolutely usual for just about every plane I've ever flown. Ramp up for a bit of speed. Goes fast. Nice. I kind of like that, I have to say. I really do. I really like the enhanced version of the Dart XL. Let's see if this one's going to pitch up when we throttle up. Okay, flying level. No, it's pretty straight. It is a nice thing to fly. The vertical fin is only held on by magnets. The vertical hatch, or the hatch that the vertical fin is attached to, which kind of worries me. I'd be tempted to tape that down. But hey, it's a fun plane to fly. Glides on too. I was prepared not to like this after all the rubbish that went on the internet between the company and reviewers. My thoughts are the company need to learn how to deal with criticism and basically don't attack people who are flying your planes. People will do modifications, whether you like it or not. You've just got to suck it up. But let's stick to the wing, the Rambler RS, and put a camera on it and we'll see. It glides on. I'm going to have to start the landing from way out the back here. Alright, drop the throttle there and I'll glide it in. No, gonna fall short. And we're down. Alright, we'll put a camera on and we'll have a critical look at how smooth it is in the air. I'm really surprised about how much I like this wing. It flies very nicely indeed. Did I notice any bad points? It does pitch up a little bit, I found. Looking at my onboard footage, had my ailerons trimmed down a little bit. That could have been because the camera was sitting up on top, creating a bit more drag, possibly. I thought it tracked really, really nicely. And I know what Matt Ogborn was talking about. That's one of the problems, the grill keeps falling out. When you roll into a turn, I found the nose goes up a little bit, then comes back. So it's sort of like, to me it looked like just one wobble, and not a bad one, not a dip into the turn. It was actually a sort of a turn up away from the turn, I suppose. It seems to work very well as it is, and I'm only guessing that these little finlets here do a lot. So that's interesting. I'm finding the nose quite weak. That's already split open. I did have one failed launch. Most of the time it launched beautifully, and what I was doing is throwing it reasonably flat, about like that, with about 3/4 throttle at the most. The one time I did fail to launch, I launched up at that sort of angle, and that's the problem. If you launch up at a too high angle, it will just roll over and hit the ground. And that's when it sort of split this open, I think. But it didn't break any foam, which is good. So, launch it reasonably flat, about 75% throttle, at least at my weight. And my weight is, with one 3300 4S Nanotech in there, was 820 grams, so pretty lightweight. The prop and motor seemed to be very well matched. It had a really nice range of power. You could fly around easily on a third throttle and then ramp it up for some nice high-speed stuff. Heaps and heaps of space in the nose there, but there is no reinforcing, so crash it in hard enough and the nose will break off. Could think of that as a designed-in crumple zone, I suppose. For safety, I think I would tape the hatch down. I would hate that to fly off and disappear out a long way out. I used CA glue to glue these in, and it dribbled down here, and it has left a little bit of a divot there, so maybe don't use CA glue is my advice there. I do like these little hard point landing pads there. Saves the foam a little bit. I've just covered over these hatches because I'm not using them at the moment. What I want to do is put a flight control board on it and do a side-by-side comparison of the Rambler and the Dart XL Enhanced, and have a look at efficiency and speed and smoothness and things like that.